My name is Alex, and this is the last thing I will ever record. If you're listening, don't look behind you. And for the love of God, don't look into any mirror. Not now. Not after this story. Not ever. Because once you hear her name, once you hear what she wants, she begins to notice you too. It started 3 weeks ago, on a night when the storm felt angry, as if the sky itself wanted to warn me I had been exploring an abandoned warehouse on the edge of town. Collectors said it was full of forgotten antiques, old furniture, rusted metal, things left behind by people who disappeared without explanation. I never believed those stories. Not until that night. I found a corridor, so narrow I had to turn sideways to pass. At the end stood a tall object draped in a black sheet. Something about it felt wrong. The air was colder here, the shadows darker, and the silence so thick it felt like a living thing. I pulled the sheet down. It was a mirror, tall, ancient, with a wooden frame carved into desperate hands, clawing upward as if begging for escape. At the top was a Latin inscription, Quem voco, venit at the bottom. 2 small fingerprints, child-sized, pressed into the inside of the glass. And behind me, for a moment, I thought I saw a girl standing there, a small silhouette. But when I turned, nothing. Still, I bought the mirror. That was my first mistake. The first night it stood in my hallway, I kept hearing tapping light, rhythmic, like fingernails gently knocking from the inside. I thought I was imagining it. My apartment was silent, yet the sound continued. Tap, tap, tap. It grew louder. Tap, tap, tap. Until I couldn't take it anymore, I flipped on the lights, and that's when I saw it. A tiny handprint on the inside of the mirror, pressed so hard, it left streaks as the fingers slowly slid downward. And behind the glass, something moved. A small figure stepped closer, black, pitch black, a little girl-shaped shadow with a twisted posture, and a head tilted unnaturally to the right. Her mouth slowly opened, but instead of lips, there were rows of tiny, needle-like teeth. Her eyes were empty holes. She didn't speak, she just smiled. I ran out of the room. That was my second mistake. The next day, I searched the inscription Quem voco, venit. My translation app offered an audio pronunciation. Without thinking, I pressed play. A flat robotic voice recited, Quem voco, venit. The mirror shook, the lights flickered, and I heard a whisper, right behind my ear. Thank you. The air turned freezing. My breath fogged. The girl inside the mirror stepped forward, closer than before, clearer, sharper. She raised her hand and pressed her palm against the inside of the glass. My reflection did the same, only I didn't move. My reflection moved by itself, grinning with her impossible smile. That was when I understood. Reading the inscription aloud was a summoning. The words didn't trap her. They freed her. I tried covering the mirror. It didn't matter. She appeared in every reflective surface in my apartment. The bathroom mirror, the microwave door, the TV when it was off, my phone when the screen was black, even puddles of water. Wherever there was a reflection, she watched me, sometimes standing still, sometimes scratching, sometimes smiling with those endless teeth. At 3 a.m., I woke to a sound, a soft dragging, like wet hands sliding across glass. I turned on my phone, accidentally opened the selfie camera, and she was right behind me. I screamed, dropped the phone, and when I picked it up again, she was gone. That was when I truly understood. She wasn't trapped in one mirror anymore. She was in all of them, My neighbor Maria knocked on my door that morning, her face white, her hands trembling. She said she saw a child in my window the night before. I tried to warn her. I tried to say it wasn't a child. But that night, I heard her screams. I ran into her apartment. Her bathroom light flickered violently. Maria stood in front of her mirror, but her reflection was wrong. Her reflection's head turned slowly toward her and smiled. Maria screamed. The reflection reached out, grabbed her by the wrist, and pulled her arm sank into the glass, as if into water. She fought, kicked, cried. But the glass swallowed her piece by piece, her face, her chest, her legs, until nothing remained. The mirror returned to normal. Her reflection smiled once more and faded. I vomited on the floor. That was the third life she took, but not the last. It escalated. The man in the elevator. A businessman stepped into the elevator. He glanced at the stainless steel doors. His reflection smiled. He didn't. The doors rippled, warped, and the reflection reached out, dragging him in. The elevator opened on the next floor. Empty. The girl on the bus, a teenager, looked at her reflection in the bus window. Her reflection tilted its head fully backward, impossibly, until the neck snapped. The glass liquefied. A black hand shot out, pulled her inside. She vanished silently, the old woman in the pharmacy. She opened her compact mirror to check her lipstick. The reflection crawled out of the glass like a spider made of shadows. It wrapped itself around her face and pulled her in. Her screams echo in my head even now. Each victim made the shadow girl stronger. Her silhouette grew taller, fatter, more detailed. She was evolving. The more she consumed, the less human she became. I tore apart the mirror's frame. Inside was a hidden compartment. Inside the compartment, a small leather book, a journal. It belonged to a girl named Amelia Blackthorne, born in 1823, obsessed with mirrors. She said they talked to her. Her entries told a horrifying story. She didn't see reflections. She saw doors, other worlds, other versions of people, creatures mimicking humans, almost perfectly, but always slightly wrong. One day, Amelia vanished. Her parents found her body half submerged in the mirror, frozen in terror, as if she had been dragged in. Priests attempted to bind her soul to one mirror to prevent her from spreading, but they failed. They trapped her body, not her hunger. Her spirit seeped into all mirrors, growing, waiting for someone to read the inscription aloud. Waiting for me. The journal contained one final line. She feeds on acknowledgement. Do not look at her. Turn your back. Close your eyes. She dies when unseen. I decided to try it. I sat in front of the mirror, back turned, eyes closed. I heard the scratching, then tapping, then a soft giggle, then her breath on my neck, slow, wet, hungry. She whispered, "Just look at me." I clenched my fists. My whole body shook. I'd never been so terrified, but I didn't turn. For hours, she circled me, whispered things, threatened, begged, screamed. Then, silence. When I finally opened my eyes, the mirror was empty. I thought I'd won. I was wrong. 3 days passed. No taps, no whispers. Then, in the window of a passing bus, I saw her. Tiny, black, smiling. Not inside the bus. Not outside. Inside the reflection itself. She lifted a finger and pointed at me. That's when I realized. You can destroy a mirror, but you cannot destroy reflection. And reflections exist everywhere. Water, metal, glass, eyes. Mirrors aren't objects. They are entrances. Entrances to the place where she lives, where she hunts, where she waits. And once she notices you, once she hears your name, she will come for you, for your family, for everyone who ever saw their reflection. This recording is only part 1.